What's going on? I'm Chris. Welcome back to Random Binder, and this is our new format where we're talking about games I've been playing, what I've been watching, something I'm looking forward to in the nerd realm, and also the cherry on top, which is the channel of the month or content creator of the month.
Fuck, I've said that multiple times.
Let's try this again. Random Binder is a place for all things nerdy. We're talking about video games, we're talking about anime, we're talking about, pop culture, superhero type stuff. We're talking about a little bit of wrestling, not too much, not as much as last week. Anime, a little bit of manga eventually once I get on a bit more of a roll with Berserk. Some comics from time to time. But this week we were talking about what I've been playing, what I've been watching, which is anime. Shout out to my haiku jersey. And shout out to the Maine Oyster Company hat that I'm wearing because my hair was all jacked up in the last episode I shot. And then just like a YouTube channel that I very much appreciate that's been inspiring me to kind of continue this YouTube path, even though I got a full-time job and stuff like that. So just pursuing this as a hobby, and just like someone putting good energy into the video game space, because obviously with like layoffs, with like the political bullshit, a lot of stuff going on, like obviously YouTube comments, like Twitter in general. It's rough out there, but there are content creators out there like It's Amiibo, Botox Games that I talked about, like Gaming Off the Grid that I talked about episode 1. Check those episodes out if you haven't already. Plenty to talk about, but first we're going to talk about what I've been playing, and that is I finally got my hands on Astro Bot for a PS5. It is, first of all, the best complete in box experience I've had in quite some time, that any of us have, since the PS3 era. Really, the PS4 just not much going on. You barely get them telling you like danger and safety information, but you got like the versatile cover art type thing, and then you get this like fold out poster comic situation. So, and then and apparently some bonus content that I've yet to unlock, so hopefully I didn't show that, but who's watching at this point, we'll see. Astro Bot is, first of all, it's impossible to describe this game without saying charming, and I think that's ultimately the best. For me, it's a great thing. I'm sure it could be pejorative from some people, but it's a great thing for me personally. The music is incredible. The visuals are stunning, but also like the personality of Astro Bot, like looking back at the camera, like motioning you to follow along, like similar to like the VR game and the Astro's Playroom and stuff like that. It's so charming, and that's not even having anything. And plus, like the enemies, like all of like the different mechanical takes on animals, and like just the way that the physics work when you blow up a thing of boxes or a thing of balloons, or like the ball, like the the bouncy balls in like one of the first levels, like the names of the levels themselves, like the creamy world or whatever the hell it was called, like Creamy Kingdom. It's just like so fun, so like it just warms your heart. It really just like it really like hits to that inner child, but as an adult it just like makes me happy to be able to feel like that level of like, oh, this is really awesome, this is really fun, I can't wait to get to see what other discoveries around the corner. And that's not saying anything about all of the PlayStation history callbacks, like all of the, not just like the costumes I haven't really delved into yet, but not just the other bots that you're finding, but once you do the gotcha machine and it unlocks like the accessories that make it a double whammy of some of these references for some of these bots, like the Castlevania guys. Like it's not just, oh great, they got this costume of this character. It's like, no, he like stays in a coffin the whole time, and like you get the weapons for like the Bloodborne guy, and like little random shit, like he's one of the first people, like Crash Bandicoot. You get the mask, and that like makes his animation on the home level like completely different than it was before. You get instruments for some characters, weapons for some characters. You know, a certain espionage character gets the box to hide underneath. Like, it's incredible. These are all like super early, like within the first world. So I won't talk about any other ones because I've only made it so far. But I'm on the second like galaxy now. I did the first boss fight, so I'm on the second. I don't know if it's world, galaxy, whatever you want to call it, system. But yeah, it's incredible so far. The haptic feedback is truly magical. Like the way you control even just the dual sense little rocket ship thing is great. I love the power ups so far between like the arms, you know, frog punching things, and the blow up pig or whatever the hell, or blow up cow. I think pig. In the first level, like all the power ups have been awesome so far, and like just like really fun to use. It reminds me of the Cappy mechanic. Everybody's comparing it to Mario, but like the Cappy mechanic of it just shifts a little bit of how you're going to platform, how you're going to navigate the world, find those secrets. So it does make me feel smart when I can clear a level without having to go back and backtrack and use like the little bird thing. So far so good there. I am trying to 100% each world before I leave it. I feel like that's the best way to go because I'm not going to go back for it after. And apparently to do the final boss you need like a lot of the bots, so it's not like just a fun collectible thing. But yeah, so far so good. This is the first time, granted this is only episode 3, this is the first time the games I've been playing isn't something I've been beaten, just that I've been playing. So yeah, I'm only, you know, 1.5 universes deep so far. I haven't even, like, I'm looking at the cover, I haven't gotten to Kratos or Aloy or Nathan Drake or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, my plan, usually these are tied to like my little mini goals where it's like, all right, the next big exclusive coming out is not on PlayStation. I'll talk about that in a bit and what I'm excited for. So the goal is to play this on my PS5, but yeah, every night essentially until the next like main game comes out. The next games on the horizon are Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, we'll talk about in a bit, and that comes out at the end of September, and then mid-October is Metaphor Refantasio, which although I'm not playing on PlayStation, I'm playing on my ROG Ally. It'll take up like RPGs I have to like stay locked in, and I really want to play an Atlas game all the way through, so I think that'll be all hands on deck for like that month and a half period to try to finish it. Hopefully it's not as long as Persona 5, but you know, whatever it takes. That's easily my most anticipated game of the year. I'll talk about it some other episode once we get a little bit closer, but you know, a lot of goals tied to it in terms of fitness, in terms of what games I have to beat beforehand, things like that. But for right now, Astro Bot is keeping me company until the next big game. In hindsight, yeah, I think that's it. Well, I have to circle back and play Black Myth Wukong. Who knows, man? This is fine to play for now, and even if it stretches into Metaphor time, like I can play this like in between some longer sessions of RPG time. But anyways, that is the game I've been playing, Astro Bot for PS5. It's really like making me glad I have my PS5 during all the PS5 Pro bullshit. It's like, listen, like they gave me something to have fun with, something to love my PS5 system inside and out apparently. It's great music. It's definitely a game I'll replay in the future, much like I played Mario Odyssey multiple times through. It'll definitely be one of those because it's just so nice to like decompress after work to something like so positive and joyous. So looking forward to that, and now we'll move on to the next segment of what I've been watching. All right, so the what I've been watching segment, I promise is not gonna be as hectic as last time when I talked about all the wrestling stuff. Thankfully, it's just one like genre. I've been watching some anime and only one series. I've been slowly catching up on My Hero Academia, which is one of my, you know, favorite. It's so funny. My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer. You know, I wouldn't put Dragon Ball Z in there, but I'm definitely missing one. Doesn't matter. Like yeah, like, and then there's like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece. There's something about, I remember there being like a big pushback during like, you know, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. There was a big pushback from like the anime community when like Crunchyroll really was becoming more mainstream. like normie anime, quote unquote, and like how that's like if you there's like that infamous tweet that was like if you only watch Attack on Titan, like Black Clover, My Hero Academia, like Demon Slayer, and like named like 50 anime, like Bleach, like all this shit, like named like basically every anime, and like then you're not a real anime fan. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, it's not my fault that Attack on Titan is like one of the best things I've ever seen. It's not like I've watched weirder anime, like not that Tokyo Ghoul is like, you know, they still have their shit in Hot Topic, but like that's easily like one of my favorite anime I've ever watched. But I'll watch weirder stuff. You know, I'm sure Chainsaw Man is normie to some people, but I'm trying to think of like some weird shit that I watched. Megalobox like is a bit more niche. Like random shit, who knows, like the sports anime, like Kuroko no Basket is one of my favorite. Hajime no Ippo, the fighting, like those sports animes. Obviously Haikyuu is more mainstream, but like I'm not only watching like the hottest, like, you know, edgy anime. I still have to watch JJK. But that all being said, I knew I was gonna go off on a tangent. My Hero Academia is as popular as it is for a reason. It's fucking so good. It has so much heart. It has so much like drama and heart and great action and character development. And it's like, is it like a shonen, you know, is it like One Piece and Bleach are also like, you know, on the more basic side, or the earlier seasons with like still like really good action and really good like heart and character development? Who knows? Like I don't care at this point. It's My Hero at this point. I meant to say I'm on season 6. Season 7 is just wrapping up now, but I had fallen super far behind. Like I loved season 4, I want to say, but then season 5 I just like wasn't as crazy. But I actually hate the second half of season 5 actually. But you know, season 4 was so good, and then when I just missed season 5 came and went. Watching in real time, I had caught up, and then I was like, oh shit. And then by the time I was gonna watch season 5, season 6 had come out. I was like, fuck, what's going on? So, and then yeah, it was just like, it was hit or miss in season 5. It was a slow boil, and then it screeched to a halt when we were doing like the point of view of the villains with like Twice and stuff like that. And ended up being really good. I'm glad I watched all of it. It, you know, made everything hit a lot harder in season 6. But yeah, season 6 is some of the best anime I think I've seen. Obviously, I put Attack on Titan on like a whole nother level. To me, it's like when it's at its best, it's almost untouchable, which I know is, I'm sure people are rolling their eyes. Oh, Death Note is another, like, it's like super mainstream, but it's some of the best. Like you can't, Code Geass, like when it's at its best, like you can't touch it. It's like the cerebral anime, I guess is what I would call it. And this isn't quite that, but it's a lot of the superhero stuff you see played out a lot. It's the ramifications of like what would happen if like the faith in heroes, like, you know, was shaken, and like public perception. It's like a lot of stuff that's been visited in Marvel or visited in like One Punch Man, funny enough. But it's just different. It's just being handled so well. It's going places I didn't expect it to go, because it seemed a bit more popcorn, a bit more like, oh my god, such exciting fights. No, it's like some serious character development. Really, like, you're rooting for both sides in their own way. Like Dabi is an amazing, like, is a really fascinating character. You know, even is it Todoroki? You know, the main antagonist. Like, he's fascinating in his own way, and I'm not rooting for him, but I'm like fascinated by everything he does. He's like a well-designed character. He's a well-acted character. Obviously, you know, Deku is like one of my favorite. You know, Midori is one of my favorite characters in anime. In terms of that, like, just pure good, because he has edge to him. He's like, he has anger, and it's not in like the edgelord way. He's like what I want Goku to be, where Goku's just like always like way too positive and or like jokey and jovial, and it just pisses me off so much. And then Vegeta's too edgelord. Trunks is like actually kind of bland in hindsight, but he has the sword. Like, you know, yeah, I guess Bakugo? Yeah, Bakugo. Not Bakugan. Bakugo is more like Vegeta, and then you know, what's his name? Shoto. I forget his real name, but Shoto is like a lot more like Trunks, where it's just very even keeled and like cool, but you know, not as much going on. My Hero Academia season 6 is incredible so far. Really great tension, great drama, great character development. Like they're really going places. Like I gasped like one of the last episodes I watched. It was just like, what happens when the public stops caring about heroes? And there's just they're doing some things I wouldn't have guessed, and they're going like there are people dying, not just like one or two characters. Like there's stakes, I guess is what I should say. There's stakes that I just didn't expect them to put on the table, and I haven't heard anything bad about season 7, so like I'm definitely pushing towards staying on track with that and want to catch up soon. I don't really have like a hard deadline, but I'm trying to watch like an episode or 2 max per day, and just keep that train rolling. So I have the VR headset that sometimes I watch it on. I watch it sometimes when I'm doing cardio. Sometimes like when I get home from work, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I wanted to rep some of the anime gear. You know, after catching up with My Hero, definitely gotta catch up on Demon Slayer as well. But it was so good that I kind of wanted to savor it. I didn't want to rush it all at once and catch up to where we are at now, especially because there seems to be a decent amount of time in between seasons or arcs with Demon Slayer. But you know, My Hero, I obviously have a lot to catch up on, but season 6, some of the best anime I've ever seen. If you kind of got stuck in like season 2, season 3, like understandable, but yeah, definitely catch up. And then just a random one, if you never finished Attack on Titan, finish Attack on Titan. It's so goddamn good. All right, that is the rest of this. That's it for this segment. Moving on to what I'm looking forward to, and of course, the YouTuber of the week. Honestly, if it ain't
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I can't. Oh no, I'm just kidding. This looks.
Honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I kind of liked this handheld portion at the end, so we'll finish up with something I'm looking forward to, and then of course the YouTube channel of the week. Something I'm looking forward to. I've referenced it multiple times already, but it is The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, and that is of course the Link's Awakening style Zelda game. Zelda game starring Zelda instead of starring Link. So it was like an interesting reveal at first, where I was like, oh, like it's like cool, but it seems like it'd be more of a puzzle game. And I was gonna be heads down, but you know, I kind of just like wasn't keeping. I was like, oh, we'll see like what the reviews are like when it's coming out. Then I heard about it, and then therefore watched the second trailer. And I was like, this game looks incredible, heads down. I'm definitely gonna like, I can't not play as Zelda like when it first comes out. Like I have so many to catch up on, but it'll be helpful to kind of, I also really just want to experience it like with everybody else. I waited super long for Link's Awakening remake, and it was such a great game that like I wanted to talk to other people about, but it had been years after it had been released. So definitely looking forward to that. I have a little bit of cleanup to do. I'm actually gonna be finishing up, I'm borrowing my college roommate's copy of Twilight Princess on GameCube because I hated the Wii version so much that I couldn't get out like to the first dungeon. So but I've had it for years, and I've been slowly chipping away. I'm at like, I just finished like the snowy ice level that was like hard as hell. I can't do this again. So I'm at the Temple of Time, which is sick. So I think I only have like a couple more like hour plus long sessions to do, so I want to get that wrapped before I start this game. If I start day one, you know, I have a job, I have, you know, obligations, so there's no way I'm gonna cram that much Zelda, that much Twilight in that amount of time, but I'm gonna try get some hours in over the weekend. We'll see. We'll see after work, see if I can play any of it, but I definitely want to beat that before I start the new Echoes of Wisdom game. But worst case scenario, I've got some travel at the beginning of November, so I can start it then. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Apparently you can use a sword for a little bit at a time, which that was like the main thing. I was like, you have these amazing powers in Smash Bros with Zelda, like why am I just using the copy ability? So that's why I wasn't crazy about it. But you ride a horse, you can, you know, do some melee, you can summon monsters. Like I'm down for like whatever they're doing. It seems very creative, and I'm here for that. So looking forward to that. And that brings me to you know, this would have been great time to bring up my YouTuber of the week last week, which was Bo Talks Games, and it's me, Bo. Check out both of those channels from Bo. all very Nintendo focused. But this week we are talking about Tech Dweeb. Oh my god, I didn't even realize. So Tech Dweeb is an amazing, like, mostly like retro handheld, mini PC tech type YouTuber. He's so funny. He does these little skits that are like so funny and also like really heartfelt. Like he's a master like editor, comedy, master of comedic timing, I guess we'll say. But the funny thing is, his whole thing is like he always wears orange and black. That's like what he just customized a couple handhelds to be orange and black. His shirt is always this long sleeve orange and black long sleeve, and he wears like trip pants type thing, like big cargo pants, whenever he does like how pocketable is the device and stuff like that. So I first found him when I first got my Ambernic RG35XX and like wanted to install custom firmware on there. And he's so funny. Like he does a voice, he does like a bit of like him being in his mom's basement and stuff. But he's so funny. He talks about root beer a lot. He talks about like all types of shit, Adventure Time. But he's just so like, you need just please watch like one video, like ideally like 3-5 videos, even if it's like tech that you don't plan on buying. Like he's just, it's like it's the best shit on YouTube. He's so good at what he does. He uplifts members of the community super often as well. He's like great in his Discord, but also he's also like there's a YouTuber, Crystal is Cozy. I know it's Crystal and Cozy are, oh fuck, she's so awesome. I'll look it up, I'll put it on screen because she's great. It might just be Crystal. Oh my god, it's gonna bother me. But anyways, yeah, Crystal is incredible. She's part of the community, and he like always comments and shouts out her stuff and like other people in the space. He's just like always part of the reason I'm shouting him out, other than him being amazing, is he just hit 100,000 subscribers, which is incredible. But like he deserves so much more. Like he should easily be at 250K just based on like quality alone and like how good he is at what he does. So but yeah, the orange and black is inadvertently for Tech Dweeb today. He's so funny. Please check out any of his videos. Like there's ongoing lore and stuff in the background, like funny jokes, but like you'll pick them up as you just check out some of these videos, and they're great to like not put out in the background, but like even if you're not going to buy any of these devices, just like check out a couple of them. It's fascinating watching him like unbox and like talk through like a laptop that has a second screen that folds out, or like some of these mini PCs that are like either really tiny or really huge, or it can play The Witcher 3 at like ultra settings. And it's just like, he's a fascinating dude. He's so funny, he's so heartfelt, and definitely check out his channel. Like he's one of the first people I thought of when I started outlining like me wanting to do channel of the week, YouTuber of the week, like content creators that that's even just like an episode I want to do. It's just content creators that inspire me, and easily he makes me want to be more creative. So but yeah, that's it for this episode. Not too crazy. I got a little weird with the anime there, but I think I went on a couple rants with the Astro Bot, so it could be better, it could be worse, but all things considered, we're making progress on episode 3. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. Like I neglected the first time around, please comment what you do like, don't like, what you've been playing. I haven't asked that. What you've been watching, what you'd recommend based on my babbling. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm happy. I would be happy to just do like a Q&A, or just like answer like random stuff if you have any like listener, viewer inquiries, like some of my favorite shows, podcasts, YouTubers. So let me know what you think, and yeah, definitely let me know what you've been playing. It's been fun. That'd be fun. But until the next episode, I'll catch you in the next one. Tune in for the next one on Friday and watch any of the other ones that you may have missed already. Trying to get that momentum going. But thank you so much. Catch you in the next one later.